Jess and I went to go see. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the shirts. She's got on Nirvana. I've got on the Foo Fighters tour shirt. Foo Fighters were in town the night after that Friday night, and the weather was absolutely glorious. We got got down to Oak Mountain Amphitheater probably about 4:45 and went to eat, and everything was okay. We noticed the clouds, were a little gray in the area, and we ate dinner and walked over to the amphitheater and got in line with our friends Dwayne and Amanda and their children, really old friends of Bo's, and and
I completely forgot they were going until you sent me the picture. I remember him telling me, he goes, "Hey man, I'm getting tickets," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
I'd forgotten he was going too, and we walked across the bridge, and he's standing there. Hey, y'all come stand in line with us! Like, heck yeah, man! So we got to spend a lot of time with them. Awesome. But the gates were supposed to open up at 6. They opened up at 6:30. We got in there. I went to go buy this tour T-shirt, and about that time, lightning was streaking across the sky, and they were not letting anybody into the seats. Concert was supposed to start at 7:30, and we got told to go back to our cars.
The announcement was pile into the bathrooms or go back to your cars. So we decided we were just going to trek back to the car.
Yeah. And the only way they would notify us is on their Facebook and Instagram accounts. So we had to, my favorite thing, social media, had to keep an eye on that while we were there. But we were in the car for about an hour.
Yeah. We just got into the car too. It was, the timing couldn't have been better because as soon as we got in the car, it was rough.
It opened and lightning and thunder everywhere. I'm like, we don't know if this concert's going to start. But like I said, it's supposed to start at 7:30 and wound up. They told everybody to come in about 10 till 9. And
well, no, it was a little bit before because I did have an opening act. That
started at 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so about 10 till 9, we all piled back into the amphitheater, and then at 9 is when the Pretty Reckless was playing, and then not long after that was Foo Fighters came out. Pretty Reckless didn't stay out there very long, which I was kind of grateful for. I didn't really know their music. But Foo Fighters came out, man, and once they got out there, the rain cleared, the skies cleared, the temperatures dropped.
It was beautiful.
Perfect.
It's that Foo Fighters magic, baby.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Dave Grohl makes it happen.
It's like you should have told him, why didn't you just come out earlier?
Yeah.
Fix it.
But yeah, we didn't get home till after 1 a.m, but that was, that had easily one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Magic. They did not stop.
No, he would go and he was like, y'all got one more in you?
Y'all got two more.
Got 2 more in you?
That's awesome.
He kept, touching on the fact that we got over 20 something years plus, music catalog. We can go for a while.
That's awesome.
And they touched on some really old stuff. They played songs from their new album that just came out.
Yeah.
We got treated to Dave Grohl's daughter Violet coming out onto stage and sing with him. Yeah. They've got a new song together on their new album. Yeah.
She's only 17.
Yeah, and she's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice.
Which you'd expect no less from Dave Grohl's
yeah, of course.
offspring. But no, man, they were incredible. And wow, his name just escaped me. Josh Freese, who is touring with him as the drummer right now. Taylor Hawkins unfortunately passed away, but Josh is out there in a tank top that says "Play me some mountain music" on the tank top, and I'm like, thank you. So for those who don't know, the legendary country act Alabama has a song called "Mountain Music," and that's the opening line of the song is "Play me some mountain music." That's awesome. He had that. I was like, man, that's awesome to come out to Birmingham and have that on there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe with at least make you mention. I know a lot of times some of the concerts, did they do any covers or anything you didn't expect to hear from them, or was it just all?
What was funny is when they were talking about Josh and the bands that he had been with and the artists that he had been with, they broke into some Michael Bublé.
Oh wow!
Of course, Dave was out there on stage, like, Josh played with Michael Bublé, and so they started playing, and Dave just starts, trying to sing some sort of lyrics. He goes, I don't know this crap.
They were going to do the Michael Bublé song, I Just Haven't Met You Yet, because that's the one that was kind of got, that got a lot of airplay and everything. So that's the only one really that Dave somewhat knew how to kind of hum along with, in a sense.
Yeah, he couldn't sing it. He's like, I don't know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played a little bit of what else?
They went to like it's kind of a jam period, and they played like a couple of riffs from Enter Sandman, which was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Didn't ever sing it, but they were just playing the music. Yeah. And also with Josh's introduction, when they were going around introducing the band, apparently Josh played with Devo at one point in time.
That's right.
So they started
playing
doing
Whip It.
Oh, nice. And the bass guitarist for the Foo Fighters, when he was introduced, he started playing a riff of Sabotage, and Dave was like, "You're playing Sabotage over there." He was like, "We can't do that song. That's not our song." So he was like, "And we don't know it that well, but maybe we'll learn it and we'll play it next time we come around."
Yeah, it was. Golly, what a show. I mean, just straight 3 hours of more than 3 hours of just
I'm
going.
assuming they closed out with Everlong, of course.
You got it.
Yes, they did. And
oh, man.
There's a funny story with that, because apparently some other show they played, they ran up on the curfew and they had to stop, and they didn't get to play Everlong. And Dave was talking about he never heard the end of that. People were just laying into them about how they didn't do Everlong. So he was like, you know what? We're going to make sure, if nothing else, we make sure we play this song from here on out.
Yeah, I think he said in their 28 years that they've been together, they've only missed Everlong twice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Live.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, that's the song, man. That's.
Yeah. He said, I didn't. He said, I did not hear the end of that. I was catching it from all ends of the fact that we didn't play Everlong. So,
what made me think with your shirt? Did they sneak in any Nirvana?
No, they didn't get any Nirvana in.
No, and they only mentioned Taylor once. And they what was the song? Aqua.
Aurora.
Mm-hmm. There, my bad. I'm sorry. It was a long.
How dare you?
I'd tell me about it. Yeah, Aurora. He said we're going to play this every show because this was Taylor's favorite song that we did. So yeah, they played Aurora, which was beautiful.
Yeah,
wonderful song. But yeah, man, a lot of fun. Happy I got the tour T-shirt. They didn't have the tour dates or the locations on the back. It was just a straight Foo Fighters tour 2023. And I had been wanting to see them for so long and just never have. And so that was my Father's Day gift from Jess.
Yeah.
Was to go see them. And as of tonight, being Sunday night, this upcoming Tuesday night, we're going to go see Matchbox 20.
Oh, yeah, you're going to that? That'd be a good concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live Nation had a $25 fees included ticket special that they ran back in May. And we weren't going to go because we didn't want to pay a lot for tickets. And then they ran that special and included that show. And so for $50 flat, fees and everything, $50, we got into to Matchbox. So
what's so wild is that concert has been rescheduled like 6 times.
Yeah.
Like it initially was supposed to be in like early 2020, and then of course everything happened, and then they've rescheduled it. Like I said, it's been ridiculously rescheduled because I remember looking into it originally. I was like, that'd be fun, but
Yeah. Matchbox I haven't seen in 20 years. In 2003, no, I'm sorry, 2001. Yeah, it was 2001. They played with Lifehouse in Everclear. And what was then Phillips Arena, now State Farm Arena in Atlanta. And I was working in radio in Columbus, Georgia at the time. And we had a great ratings book. And so my program director wanted to take us to the concert as a thank you for all the great ratings that we had. And so we took a limo all the way to Atlanta from Columbus. And we got to go backstage with Everclear and Matchbox and Lifehouse, and so
be a great concert,
dude. It was fantastic.
So I like all three of those bands.
Yeah, Matchbox. My favorite song, hands down, ever for Matchbox 20 is a song called "Rest Stop." And I don't think it got airplay. We snuck it in on our station a couple of times back then, but it was off the Mad Season album, and those lyrics. Rob Thomas can write some lyrics. I mean, he's a great songwriter in my opinion, and that's one of his best. So,
yeah, this will be. I haven't seen Matchbox since they came right after the You and Someone Like You CD came out, and they did their tour, and they played at Oak Mountain. So that tells you how long ago that's been. Yeah.
Speaking of this Tuesday, I neglected to relay this because I really wasn't talking about future events, but I'm going to be going to see The Cure on Tuesday. And you guys are doing Matchbox, and I'm going to be doing The Cure in Atlanta. So that's going to be crazy. I was a big fan of The Cure, and then they've been. You talk about some folks that have been around for a while. I mean, some of their big hits, some of their big hits hit when the year I was born. So yeah, they've been around a while, and I'm
a little bit.
It's one of those bands that might not be around a whole heck of a lot longer. So you want to go and actually enjoy them.
Yeah. The 15th, when we all went to see The Flash the night before the Foo Fighters concert, we were going to go see Duran Duran in Atlanta. That was going to be our big concert for the summer, and then Foo Fighters got announced. Yeah. And I'm like, we're going to take Foo Fighters. I love Duran Duran. I've always wanted to see them too, but Foo Fighters in our backyard, or 2.5 hours to go see Duran Duran on a Thursday night. I'm like, we're going to Foo Fighters.
We've kind of learned that whenever we go over to Atlanta to see a concert, we probably need to just go ahead and try to get a room somewhere. Because that's not an easy drive back, and we're just not as young as we used to be.
No. And I mean, not even getting home till after 1 o'clock from this Foo Fighters concert. We were like, and we had to get up the next morning, like at 6:30 to go back across the state to get my kids for Father's Day weekend.
One other good one that I can add is Peter Gabriel. I'm gonna be seeing Peter Gabriel in Minneapolis in October.
Okay, I can't travel that far. I was about to say, why didn't I know he's coming around here?
I will be there. I will be there visiting. But we saw that Peter Gabriel was going to be there at that time. It's like, oh yeah, we got to go see him. I wanna be.
Oh my gosh! I want to see him so badly. I think we've mentioned.
I've heard
this
it's
before.
An amazing show.
Oh, dude, he's awesome.
Yes.
And I've wanted to see Genesis. I've wanted to see Phil Collins. Phil Collins has been my number one must see, and I have missed him every time. And he was on, I think he came on Conan O'Brien one night, and when he was going to start performing live again, because, all of his health issues and all, and he sounded so bad on Conan. His voice wasn't what it was, and he can't drum anymore. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to go see him in that condition. And hearing him like that, I'd rather remember him with that powerful voice and everything. So my number one bucket list concert I'll never get to see, because I know Genesis did their final tour a year or so ago, and totally they didn't come anywhere around here. But I love to see Peter Gabriel too.
I will say, oddly enough, going to see Amy Grant made me want to go and see Peter Cetera more than anything, because her number one big hit, as far as I'm aware, I may make some Amy Grant fans mad, but as far as I'm aware, her number one big hit was when she sang the duet part with Peter Gabriel to one of not Peter Gabriel, Peter Cetera. With one of his big hits, and I can't even remember the name of that one.
I can tell you.
You can? Oh, Jess, come on, do it.
Next Time I Fall in Love.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. So she sang the backup to that, and she told us when we were at the concert that she was actually on tour in Australia when that hit, and she was like, "Man, that was actually a fun thing to record. It'd be great if that one actually would take off." And they were like, "Amy, it's number 1 on the charts right now in the States." And she's like, "Oh, well, that's good."
Oh,
so yeah, I would love to see Peter Cetera as well. A lot of those guys are all getting up there, so you want to go and see them, because especially with you're talking about Phil Collins and him not doing as well. I had the same experience with Amy Grant as well. I mean, the first song that she came out there for, you could definitely tell she was having to warm those pipes up to get them going. She wasn't doing too well with the first song or two. Then after that, she kind of woke up a little bit, and she was there. She got them all after that.
Yeah, and that's the big reason. Like last year, granted, it was Elton's final tour. We had to go see Elton, had to see Billy Joel. Golly, we had such a great concert year last year, and we're not going to top it this year, but finally getting to see Foo Fighters and Matchbox.
Yeah.
It'll be a light year for us for concerts, but it's still going to be enjoyable.
So far.
I can't believe you guys aren't going to see Nickelback.
I would.
They're coming September 16th, I think.
Here?
Yeah.
When are they
At
coming?
Oak Mountain.
I forgot who they're open with, but the opening was
It won't be Avril.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It won't be the ex-wife.
I can't remember the guy's name. He's a country guy. It's Grant.
Yeah,
Grant Brantley or Brantley.
Brantley Gilbert.
Brantley Gilbert.
Brantley
that's it.
Gilbert. That's it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brantley Gilbert.
that's a lot of people are like, why?
One of the big reasons I don't listen to country music these days.
I would absolutely go see Nickelback, but the fact that Country Act is attached to it makes me pause.
What day is that concert?
But
It's like a Friday or
It's a
something.
Saturday.
Yeah,
It's a Saturday.
it's September?
Mhm.
September
September
such a busy
16th.
time.
See that week, that's the week I'm looking forward to. We're going to a concert. We are going to see Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie.
What?
Rob Zombie at concert is insane.
Man.
Is that the one in Huntsville?
No,
Or
this is gonna be
Nashville?
at Nashville.
Nashville.
Man,
That'll be
I saw Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson together. Oh my God, Rob Zombie. Marilyn Manson was good, but Rob Zombie that guy has a stage presence. Like,
I saw Rob
kiddo's
Zombie
going
and Korn together.
Nice.
ah,
Yeah, the kiddo's going with this. This is going to be his first full-fledged concert experience.
You're taking your kid to a Rob Zombie concert?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Bo.
Dracula is one of his favorite songs, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
I know,
but
but when,
everything else.
honestly, his
That's the
concerts
thing.
aren't that
This
bad.
is the thing. If it gets to like, if we're okay
It's
with
not.
we're okay with Alice Cooper because we've seen Alice Cooper. We
Yeah,
know-
Alice
Right.
is great.
If Rob gets a little too carried away, I'm not really worried about him. I'm more worried about the attendees. But
Yeah.
Nah, well, I mean, I was there with Marilyn Manson fans, and it really wasn't that bad, honestly.
I know one or two songs we're gonna have to be like, hey, don't listen to this.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
Look, when I saw Korn and Rob Zombie together, there was a lot of women taking their shirts off.
Whoa.
And they were coming topless down there on the floor, and then
Was it Sherry
they had pole dancers and all kind of other stuff on the stage.
We're so
I'm just-
sorry to our listeners that my wife has veered off into this area.
Look, I'm just
Brocky's head
look,
dusty right now.
Our listeners
I'm just telling you what I observed. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. So
Apparently,
everybody's doing
it's
this,
a lot
right?
more tame because I didn't get that experience when I went and saw him. So,
Well, everybody's getting older and hopefully learning a lesson.
Yeah, well,
or maybe I just mentally blocked that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly.
we're not up in the we're not down in the mosh area. We are further up the middle. So.
yeah, we were up in the seats. We weren't down on the floor for that concert.
The only ever concert I've ever seen some of that partake happen at Oak Mountain was it was Poison and
Well, yeah.
Cinderella,
Oh, I could definitely
so
see Poison for sure.
This
yeah.
this was about probably 15 to 18 years ago. So yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen something like that happen.
Okay, well that's understandable. That
Well,
crowd.
hopefully it doesn't happen to you, Bo. We
And
have
look,
to have that conversation.
Brock was
maybe a
doing
bit
good.
early.
No banging, no something, and then we go into concert.
I'm just
culture.
worried that, as all these, we're talking about are the artists getting older, the fans are getting older too. I hope that doesn't become
Yeah.
an issue at this age.
Anyway.
So here's Wonderwall.
Maybe.
Yeah, September 16th, I don't know what we're going to be doing. I would be 100% willing to go see Nickelback. I'm not a Nickelback hater.
I'm not either, but I'm
we
the same
sat through
thing.
Machine Gun Kelly.
I think
We
we're
can sit through.
I think we're
Yeah.
probably going to have the kids.
That's fine. That's fine. Nickelback will be fine for the kids.
It's the country pairing that I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I am not a country fan, especially newer country. I just don't like it. And that just like I listened to a couple of that guy's songs, and I was like, "Yep, nope."
Yeah. I can't do country. Modern. I can't do what, but as Bo says, it's bro country.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I can't do modern country. I'm stuck in the 90s and earlier for my country music. If I'm going to enjoy something,
there are good modern country artists out there. Unfortunately, they just don't get as much attention.
I can't. I cannot.
Yeah, I have been done with country music since probably about 2015.
I will say I like Darius Rucker though, and his songs. I love that. But then again, I was a massive Hootie and the Blowfish fan.
Oh yeah.
So you got me hear Darius Rucker's voice. I'm like, I'm good. This is good for me.
Wagon Wheel can fall off the face of the earth. That song.
I love that song, man.
That is so overplayed.
It is overplayed.
Oh.
Do you not remember radio whenever we were growing up and they would just like literally remember the Macarena? You remember that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one either.
No one is. No one is.
This little lady right here will still sing it.
Well, that's okay if you still sing it.
Oh, no, thank you, honey.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah.
For those of you that are audio listeners, I'm doing the Macarena.
Literally doing the Macarena.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I need the macaroni. Wow. Well, Bo, I want to hear about this experience and how your poor son's going to sit through Rob Zombie.
Oh no, he'll be excited.
Oh yeah.
He will be overstimulated because of the amount of everything going on.
You're taking your son to see Alice Cooper and Fuel and Rob Zombie.
Filter.
Alice Filter.
Cooper.
Oh, Filter. Okay.
Filter.
Well, Fuel would have been just as good too.
Yeah, I would like to see Filter.
You know, back I'm that age, my parents are taking me to see Louise Mandrell and the Statler Brothers and Ronnie Millsap. You know, that's what I was
Ronnie Millsap.
Dude, hey, Ronnie put on a good show, man.
Yes.
He even signed.
Hey, look, don't deny some Smoky Mountain Rain. Okay, I mean, come on now.
He even signed an autographed picture for my ex-wife.
Oh wow!
And it's got a really nice signature.
Nice.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
People who know Ronnie Millsap know he's blind.
Yeah.
You know, but I was really impressed by his signature. He was really nice. He came to the where I'm from, Geneva, Alabama. He came to we've got a thing called the Festival on the Rivers, because that's where the Choctawhatchee and the Pea River join and at the junction at Robert Fowler Park there in Geneva. So we've got two massive rivers in Alabama that form in my hometown. And right there at the junction, every spring they have a festival in the rivers, and they usually bring in a decent, usually a decent country act, who is maybe not currently a big hit at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so they brought in Ronnie, and it's where my ex-wife got to meet him, and where we got to meet Neil McCoy. That it was, golly, probably a couple of years after he had his really big hits. You know, but I like country from that era.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was used to seeing, and you're taking your son to.
I'm with you, Brock. Bo, I look forward to seeing what his experience.
I'll get some funny videos for you. Like I said, you know, he's thankfully he's has his own music he likes, but he's also inherited a lot of the stuff I've listened to. So that's one of those things. Like he don't think about it, but like, you know, when I'm older and gone, or when I'm not around, he's gonna hear this song and think of me, and I'm gonna be like, that's something that makes me happy. He's inherited some of the music I love. He likes too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I understand.
That's how
that.
it should be. That's how it should be, really. And I mean, the thing is like Rob Zombie, his stage presence, just in general, and his show, and it just a stage presence and showmanship, just everything that he puts on there, it's just solid gold.
Yeah, he's one of the guys I've always wanted to see, and that also adds it for me. I mean, like I said, we get there, like I said, we you know. It's funny. It's going to be while he's in school, so we're going to like check him out the day before, and then he's probably not going to be at school the next day. So because we're going to stay overnight because we're not going to drive home from Nashville and like you guys. So so
that's a long way down 65.
And see that's the thing about it. Like this goes back into the scheduling gods be against me, where we got invited to Alabama Ghostbusters have gotten invited to something on that night. I was like, all right, I don't have to work. We already got plans.
And that's how it works.
Yes.
You talking about the Tuscaloosa?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
like, man, that's awesome. I want to do that. Oh no.
Yeah. Looks like nobody.
But I'm gonna go
do
see
that.
Rob Zombie, and that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You have to when you have to
Which-
get Oliver to yell out Mealy Wake when
Yes, Millie Wake, yes.
when Alice Cooper comes out.
Of course.
And just real quick, talking about references, my kids a couple of weeks ago went with their mom and stepdad and all to San Antonio, just on a quick road trip.
Mhm.
And my daughter made me so proud.
Mhm.
She asked the tour guide at the Alamo if there was a basement.
Yes.
And the girl laughed and she said, I cannot believe somebody as young as you is getting that reference. And she told him that over in the gift shop that has been built since the Alamo, naturally has been built. There is actually a basement down in there, and they had a replica of Pee Wee's bike down underneath the gift shop, but they took it out.
Awesome.
They took it out a few years ago, though.
Oh.
But the fact that my daughter asked, "Hey, is there a basement in the Alamo?"
Nice.
I'm proud of her.
Nice.
So, just to let y'all know, too, there was an article done by AL.com. This was dated back in March 29th of 2016. 30 concerts in the Birmingham Hall of Shame. And that Rob Zombie and Korn is in the list. It was
Why?
April the 2nd, 1999. And the things that I had alluded to were mentioned.
Oh, those things.
Says-
Okay.
Interminable delays between screeching sets marked by crowd behavior that was offensive, lewd, and just plain awful. You thought you'd seen it all at concert? This one proved you wrong.
Wow.
Said,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, everything, yeah.
are the Beastie Boys on that list anywhere?
I
I got a reason for asking.
don't know. Let's see.
When I was in
Creed is. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
everybody got higher at the concert. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. When I was in middle school over in Eufaula, Alabama, right across the river, about an hour away is Columbus, Georgia. And the Beastie Boys came to the Columbus Civic Center and had about a 21-foot inflatable male appendage on stage and got arrested by the Columbus Police Department for lewd. So he said the band got arrested during the concert.
Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Fiona Apple, I was at that one. That's mentioned on here. R. Kelly is also mentioned.
There's no
What
need to
the-
explain that one.
Was the Aerosmith concert where Megadeth opened for him one of them?
I'm scrolling through. Let's see. I'm looking.
Because
Sorry.
that one was. I went to that. That was Get a Grip, and that was before Megadeth got fired off of that tour because they were talking bad about Aerosmith, and they got fired off that tour. But I remember that because I didn't know anything about Megadeth, and you couldn't hear anything because their sound guy must have been like on speed or something because it was bad. Like their mixing was like horrible. And then of course when Aerosmith come out, it was perfect because they have different sound guy, different setup, different everything. But
Yeah.
I remember because I think I had mentioned it at one point to you, Bo, and they were like, "Oh my god, Megadeth
Yeah,
opened for Aerosmith."
Gosh. Get a
But
grip,
Brock
tour, gosh.
Beastie Boys is not mentioned, and that one Kevin is not mentioned either.
Bobby Brown got arrested in Columbus, Georgia, too, for something on stage. So I don't. This was back in the late '80s when I was in middle school.
That would have been like 93, 94.
Let's say Get a Grip tour. So you were young for that concert. That's
Yeah.
awesome,
That was. I
man.
think that was actually my first like concert that I did in my life. I think it was Get a Grip. I think it was. Yeah. Because Aerosmith was my first and second concerts. It was that, and then it was 9 Lives after that.
Yeah. First concert that I can remember is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shell tour. That's the concert that I remember.
Did you ever get that action figure set from NECA?
No, I did not.
Well,
Well, I never found it at Target and never could get it online or not at online at a price I want to pay.
Yeah.
Was that concert good? Because I kind of imagine it being like one step up from Chuck E. Cheese.
It was all right. It's not. It was well worth it. They did it. It was basically the same thing. Like I know there's the VHS of them where they did it. Radio City Music Hall, essentially the same thing.
Okay.